Hi, Japan Sports Cards Collecting, back at you with another video. Today I'm going to be highlighting one player who's possibly the hottest prospect right now in the soccer card world. That player is Mathys Tel. I'll be talking a little bit about who he is, what cards are available, and give you some information so if you're thinking about investing in him, you might be able to base it on make a more informed decision. Okay, so first of all, who is this Mathys Tel character? Well, he's a 17-year-old French national. He plays for Bayern Munich, and his position is center forward. Some key things about his past here recently is his team before he came to Bayern Munich was Stade Rennes FC in the French league, and he was the youngest player to ever appear in a match for Stade Rennes, and he was 16 years, 100 days. Now that record beat Eduardo Camavinga's record, who is also a very hot prospect and who signed for Real Madrid from Stade Rennes. And Mathys Tel made a total of 10 appearances for Stade Rennes last year. Never started, always came off the bench, and he never scored a goal in any of those 10 matches. A lot of his prestige, which I'll be talking about later, came from playing for the French under-17 and under-18 teams, where he captained the under-17 team to a Euro championship. And I think he scored 5 goals in that competition and was really a key figure for that whole club during that time. Once he made the transfer to Bayern Munich, he became the youngest player ever to score a goal for Bayern Munich coming off the bench in a cup game, and he was 17 years and 126 days, and that beat Jamal Musiala's record from the previous year. And so, Bayern Munich has a lot of young talent that's coming up and performing at a very young age. After that, he was the youngest player to ever start for Bayern Munich in a Bundesliga game. And he also scored a goal in that game, becoming the youngest player ever to score in a Bundesliga game. And since that time, he's made 5 total appearances for the club, and he has scored a total of 2 goals in the Bundesliga. So some more things about why is there so much hype behind Mathys Tel? Well, first of all, it's about youth. Everybody seems to be searching for the next young Messi, the next young Ronaldo. So it's all really about all prospecting and trying to find that next big superstar. Of course, there's been a lot of comparisons already to Mbappe. Any young French striker will probably draw those same comparisons. So people felt, well, that if they missed the boat on Mbappe, they can get in early with Mathys Tel. And Bayern, since Lewandowski went to FC Barcelona, they're looking for their next big striker. So there's been talk about, can it be possible that Mathys Tel can be that next striker and be a fixture for the Bayern Munich team for over about the next 10 years or so. So let me talk a little about his cards. The main card that's getting a lot of the hype is from the 2021-22 Topps Merlin Chrome set. He became the rookie chase card of this set. And I think it'll probably be the only rookie release in his Stade Rennes kit. There may be other sets with an RC logo, but I bet those will all be in a Bayern Munich kit. So this will be the only one in the Stade Rennes kit, which may make comparisons with with Mbappe and the Monaco sticker, or Holland in his Salzburg kit. It might be very similar to that, where this one will become very, very desirable. So if I look onto eBay at the current time, you can see how prices, this is just as you see, this is from today's set. You can see that, the numbered parallels are already selling for over $100. The refractors are selling for right around $8 to $10. Now I've seen a drop already in the sets. I think the refractors were going for about $15 when I was first looking, but you can see this is at $99 already for $389. The Aqua Prism, which I believe is the retail version, it's at $23.50, and you can see just the base is going for $5.99. And so you can see that his prices are already, as you can see, there's a refractor just from 2 days ago. They sold for $20. You can see the prices are already, people are buying into the hype. And now I don't know how this happened as far as with soccer world in general, that somehow it became known that, hey, this guy is the search card for this. And people that don't know anything about soccer, that know about, basically they know Messi, Ronaldo, may know Holland, may know Mbappe, were asking about Mathys Tel. And we're trying to get started in breaks, and knew that was going to be the chase card. So there's a lot of, once somebody said something, I'm thinking of Sidney Reibringer from the Topps Chrome Champions League. Everybody became this huge deal to search for, and then it turned out he wasn't quite at the hype. But I was like, how do people even know who this is? He hasn't even played any games for Leipzig. And so but I guess with Montys Past, he also started, or I don't know if he started or he came off the bench at one of the Champions League games already for Bayern Munich. But I mean, people kind of know who he is, but I wouldn't think it would be as like the soccer card world as a whole. So somehow people hear about certain names and jump onto those names. And that's a pretty interesting thing, because it wouldn't take much for somebody to kind of drive the market when it comes to this. But there's been a few other cards that I want to kind of discuss with Mathys Tel. When he scored his first goal and started for Bundesliga, there was a Topps Now card that came out for that. And that it had a print run of 2,929. And of course, there are parallel chases with that. If we look here at you can see here, this is how the card looks from the Topps website. It is sold out at this time. And so I just want to show you the red parallel. Looks really nice. Now, those are not going to be in stores yet, as far as I know. Those are still on their way, or not in stores. Sorry, they're still on their way to the from the distribution, Topps distribution, to get to people. So there are no sales on that right now at eBay, and so people are waiting to see if they get the chase cards or the parallels or not. And so the next card I found when I was kind of looking around these kind of things is there is available an 2021 All Sports Mathys Tel. And I've seen 3 have sold on eBay, and I couldn't find much information about these cards. They kind of seem, if I go here again to eBay, you can kind of see that, these are ones that are currently for sale. People are asking $299, $350. They're all numbered parallels, but if I click down from this, there's very few of them, and they're all pretty much from the same seller. And you can see that they make track and field cards, tennis cards, hockey cards, chess. If I didn't say tennis, they have all these different cards in this one set. And so I'm not sure, they are wearing uniforms and things, but I can't tell if they're licensed or not. I have a feeling it's not going to be seen as a main product that they have. And so it's not one that I would really put my money into. As I said, there's only been 3 sales. It doesn't really seem to be that reputable of a car company, but maybe I'm wrong and I just don't know anything about it. But I have been able to find very, very little information about it. So I feel like the main card you'd want to look for is the Topps Merlin Chrome set here. So some final thoughts. I think it's a solid speculative play. Mathys Tel is already known for his quickness, ball control, and versatility on the pitch. He's been asked to play in his young career in many different positions, and he seems to have a very good knowledge of the game and has taken on that and seems to be that he can play those positions. As I've talked about, he has very strong international experience, being the captain for the French under-17 club, but most likely he's not going to be on the World Cup roster for France for the World Cup, just because there's so many young French players that are ahead of him in the pecking order. Mbappe, for instance, for one. And I don't think he'll be breaking through the team. He hasn't played for any reps on the or made any appearances for the main national team. So I doubt he's going to come in the World Cup. So he won't be getting any of that hype. And so I assume prices will probably go down once Topps Merlin Chrome hype kind of comes to an end. So if you waited a couple weeks, you probably can get it much cheaper. And then when there's a break and they come back and Bayern Munich picks it up again, and if he starts doing really good things for Bayern Munich, I anticipate he will go pretty far. Okay, that's my thoughts on Mathys Tel. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you later.